Hi guys, my name is Maryke. I'm one of the physiotherapists from treatmyachilles.com, where you can get online physiotherapy treatment for your Achilles pain. So the question today is it okay to train with pain or run with pain? Now, the answer to this question is yes and no. I'm going to discuss three headings under this topic. And the first instance, we're going to look at what does the pain in your Achilles tendon actually mean. Secondly, we're going to have a look at why the 24-hour response of tendon pain is important to take note of. And then lastly, we're going to look at how much pain is okay and why it is okay to train with that. Good. So if you've got any questions, remember to pop them in the comments and I'll get back to them. And if it's possible for you to tag me, then that will make it easier for me to see your questions. So what does pain in your Achilles tendon mean? Now, the body develops pain in reaction to injuries and it acts as an alarm system. So it basically makes you aware that there's a problem somewhere and it wants you to take care of it. Now, it's important to understand that pain does not equal injury, or does not equal damage rather. So you can have a lot of pain, but that doesn't mean that your injury is very bad. It may just mean that your alarm system is shouting really loudly. And we know definitely that for people who's had pain in an area for more than 3 months, the alarm system starts to shout really loudly and it takes less and less and less to trigger that alarm system. So what this means in practice is that you're now developing pain when actually you shouldn't have pain and it's not causing any tissue damage. Now, it'll make sense in a minute why this is important as I move on to the next topic of 24-hour response. So tendons can be sneaky. They often only tell you 24 hours after you've done exercise that you've overstepped the mark. I don't know if you've noticed, if you've got Achilles pain from a tendinosis or a tendonitis, then you may have found that you can initially work through the pain. So you'll feel it a little bit when you start running and then it just disappears. But then it may come back a lot worse a few hours later or sometimes the next morning. And that is because tendons often has the slow fuse to only show its true colors later in that day or the next morning. And if we think of symptoms that we don't want to see, is we don't want a massive increase in pain or even stiffness or more constant ache within that 24-hour period, because that may be an indication that your training was too hard that you did there. Now, let's put all of that together. So remember, pain doesn't equal damage, so some discomfort is okay, and we have to monitor the 24-hour response. And it comes as no surprise that the research has shown that up to a level of 3 out of 10 pain is okay to train with. And most of the research studies looking at specific Achilles tendon exercises as well as running with Achilles tendinopathies, they've allowed the subjects to train with a 3 out of 10 pain. And as soon as it got more than that, they asked them to decrease the training or just pull back from it all a little bit to give it time to recover. But as long as the pain stayed within that level, all the subjects still managed to recover while they kept their fitness. Now, in practice, I find it's difficult for my patients to gauge what is a 3 out of 10 pain. So I find something that's useful is to think of it as a discomfort rather than a pain. So if you're doing your Achilles exercises or you're going for your run and all you can feel is a bit of a discomfort, so you kind of know it's there, but it's not really painful. And then also within the next 24 hours, you don't get a massive increase in your pain. So it's again, you just know it's there, but it's not really that painful. And it takes 24 hours, then it's gone. That level of discomfort is absolutely fine to train with. If it's more than that, it means that your training session was a bit too hard and you will have to pull it back. Now, it's a bit difficult to get the hang of this at the beginning, and it can be really useful to work with somebody who's got experience with helping you to do that. And this is part of what we do at treatmyachilles.com. We'll analyze everything you do in your life, so including your run training, your day-to-day activities, because sometimes it's things you do during your work or your daily life, looking after the kids, that actually also load your tendon. And we put all of that together to get a picture of why your tendon pain flares up from time to time. And then we help you plan it out so that you just put the right amount of load through that tendon to help it recover, but not push that pain above the 3 out of 10 level. So let me know if you've got any questions. I've popped a link to the website in the description of this video. And yeah, have a look and see if any of the information on there is useful for you. Take care.